Hello everyone, and welcome to another Tuesday art video with me. However, this is going to be a Tuesday art video involving a horror movie review, so if you want to click off, I totally get it. Some of you are not into my horror movie reviews, and I'm fine with that. I wasn't intending to see this movie or review this movie since I wasn't intending to see it. However, it's come out that this movie fits into the Conjuring universe, which means I feel obligated to see it and review it, hence this art time lapse. I watched the movie. For those of you who are not familiar with this movie, The Curse of La Llorona, and yes, I know I can't say that as pretty as it should be, because I stopped taking Spanish because my tongue is stupid. Anyways, this movie is based off of a Mexican folk tale involving a woman who felt betrayed by her husband, ended up killing her children as well as herself, and some stories, not this one, but some of the old tales of this curse involve her killing the husband as well. Sometimes he's betrothed, sometimes he's not, but that's a whole other topic that I don't go into about mythology and folklore, and totally be open to doing that for future art videos. If you're interested, let me know. So based off the premise of this movie, I do feel it's forced into the Conjuring universe. I get why the producers went with it. It's a really fascinating mythos. I researched the folklore of this a lot before I decided, yeah, I do need to see this because it's part of the Conjuring universe. My biggest complaint of this movie is that it doesn't take place in Mexico. It takes place in LA. And after seeing how it fits into the Conjuring universe, the only reason this movie takes place in LA is so that the priest from Annabelle 1 can be involved in that. There is no other reason for it to be set in LA other than that. There are rumors that La Llorona has been seen in America, which means there's a possibility, if she does exist, it's up to you and your belief system, if she does or doesn't, that she is moving around and she's currently making her way up the central United States. I don't feel like it was a good enough reason to not take advantage of the culture that this folklore comes from. I feel like it's a huge disservice to Mexico and its culture to pull in the various supernatural elements that they did, but not have it take place in Mexico. And yes, I get there's a lot of Mexicans who live in LA, who come to LA, who work in LA. It would have been a better movie had it been full-blown integrated into Mexico. Now that that's been said, let's look at this in a different aspect, a horror movie review aspect. It was an okay horror movie. La Llorona is actually on screen quite a bit, which I found interesting and did make it extremely tense with how much she was around, but it relied heavily on jump scares to keep that tension up. Jump scares have their time and their place, but they cannot be the only scares in the entire movie. And I'm not going to say what happens in the end, but just like with some of the other Conjuring movies, it just abruptly ended. Like, they abruptly won the day. Of course they're gonna win the day. That's what happens with all the Conjuring movies, and that's fine. I like that they do that, because not every horror movie has a win the day. So I appreciate that this series does have that unique, not cliche aspect of winning the day. How it's gonna fit into the grand scheme of the Conjuring universe, I'm intrigued. I'm wondering, with Annabelle 3 coming out, if there's gonna be certain elements, certain characters, certain items that you see in the movie, if they're going to be in Annabelle 3, given it takes place focusing on the Warrens' museum collection. But we'll see. We will see soon, because the movie's coming out at the end of this month. The effects in this movie were actually really well done. I wasn't 100% behind some of the elements of La Llorona, but she wasn't a bad designed character either. I like her tears. They're black. As you'll see by the end of this time lapse, they're dark red, black. It's like a really nice creepy effect. I do think they did a good scare job overall. There's a lot of cringe in the movie though, like super cringe, and people just don't fucking talk and communicate, whereas a lot of the conflict and bullshit that agitated me wouldn't be there if people just fucking talked to each other. I don't know. I, I'm kind of stumbling over my words right now because I really, as a movie, as a story, I didn't like it. There were cool elements. If you do like horror, I do say you should see this movie. I just wouldn't see it in theaters. But by the time this releases, it's probably not going to be in theaters because I saw it towards the tail end in my local area. We're just going to skip to the rating of this. And it's a hard decision. Like, I want to give it a 2 based off all the annoyances that I had. But it was tense for a majority of the movie, which is difficult to accomplish. So I will give it a 3 for that fact alone. It's going to bump up the score that they did that. It's not an easy feat, and they achieved it. As you know from my other Conjuring universe videos, I love the Conjuring universe. I have been fascinated with it. I really enjoy it. But if they're going to go this route of forcing other myths into it without it really actually being part of the Warren story, I'm not going to be very happy, and I will lose my fascination and enthusiasm for this universe. I'm not going to deny. Not going to deny that at all. Where do I rank it in everything? I do rank it before Annabelle 1. Definitely not as good as the first Conjuring. Well, those are my thoughts on the Curse of La Llorona. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, I normally don't do horror movie reviews on Tuesdays, but given the time crunch and Chucky and all the things I've been working for June, I had to put it here, and I greatly appreciate your patience. For those of you who are not into the horror movies, for sticking around to this point if you have. Next week will be a traditional standard art video. So thank you for watching this video. I'm still excited about Annabelle 3. This movie has not cowtailed that excitement for me. For those of you who are new, I do art videos on Tuesdays and horror movie reviews on Thursdays. And sometimes those horror movie reviews are art videos, much like this one. Actually, almost exactly like this one. Please subscribe if you haven't, like the video if you liked it. Also, keep in mind I've got all sorts of social media, and I stream my art on Twitch. So check that out if you want to come hang out with me. From my dark heart to yours, have a wonderful day, and please don't die before my next video.